Canyon Park lies in Costa Mesa and is very easy to get to by car from either the city or from Huntington Beach or Newport Beach. But I live very close, so I like to just strap in with my friend Tyson here, and we just jogged there, which only took a few minutes. And after about, I would say, 5 minutes, we were at the entrance to the park. The entrance to the park is embedded pretty much right into residential neighborhoods. It didn't take us long to get here, and the entrances are actually pretty subtle and hard to find if you don't know what you're looking for. But I will link the trailheads and the entrances on in the description. And once you're in there, it's like you immediately leave the residential neighborhood and you're just on the trail. It's pretty cool. There are also just a lot of options. As you can tell, immediately you get to pick left or right. I let Tyson choose. He picked left, which is pretty cool because it leads to this cool ridge around the perimeter of the park.
Going through.
Yet more options. You can either take the lower ridge or the upper ridge, and I kind of like to let Tyson play in this meadow a little bit. We'll have some cool clips of Tyson and all the playing he does in this video later. But he decided he wanted to do the upper ridge and sniff around, so we'll do that. As soon as we decided to do that, we got into pretty lush vegetation up here, and it's the perimeter of the park, so you kind of butt up against other people's property, but you wouldn't really know it. So you run through these bushes and these trees, and once you do that, it kind of opens up into this magical view. You can see a lot of the city and a lot of other stuff. Yeah, check this out. As soon as you kind of get through that, you can get a view kind of a lot of the park, and it really opens up.
Be careful, Ty. It's muddy. Good job. Careful. Yep. Good job, Tyson. Wow. Tyson, we're gonna go slow. Careful. You okay? No. Tyson, careful. Wait.
Yeah, you can see here that the ridge kind of erodes and gets pretty thin, which I get a little nervous with Tyson, especially here where he's obviously very intent on something down below. But we managed through, and if you're careful, it's not too bad. But don't try this in a rainstorm or when it's muddy or anything like that. Luckily, it had all hardened up. But that kind of opens up this ridge, conjoins back. But look at this view. I mean, you just get a great view of the park, and you're on top of these really cool geological features. It's kind of hard to believe you're just in the middle of a city. But yeah, let's get off the ridge. We kind of descend here into this little meadow area of ice plant, and that'll get us back and conjoin us with the rest of the park.
Tyson, wait. Thank you, buddy. Wait, Tyson, come back. Back, back, back. Back. Wait. All right, let's go. You're with me now.
Now we're back down in the main part of the park. You can see people picnicking and little benches and these cool areas. This is kind of more the mainstream area. I usually put my dog back on leash when I'm over here because there's usually a lot of people or a little bit more people. Um, so this is what it kind of looks like just in the main areas, and we're going to jog into another entrance to the park, and we'll show you that. This is pretty much the other entrance on that kind of exits out to the Victoria side. You can see Tyson trying to go through this back alley. Once again, it's really hard to find. We're going to go past it and go down this little horseshoe. This is the end of the park, but it'll soon kind of do a turnaround and enter a foresty area.
Tyson,
so we did our little horseshoe, and here we are. We're moving through pretty much a lot more trees and brush, and it's kind of foresty. It's a little bit hillier and more difficult terrain. I like to take it a little slow here because it's pretty easy to slip, but Tyson likes to take off and run pretty recklessly.
check. Tyson, check. Thank you.
Once you're done in the foresty area, you come up to another junction where you can go right to the picnic area. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go left up to the residential neighborhood. And you should see here momentarily Tyson sprint past us, or just lightly jog. This leads up to the other side entrance of the park, closer to the wine bar. There's like a natural wine bar and a pub and some cool stuff. And just like that, the trail opens up and you are suddenly at the entrance. This is an entrance that leads to a parking lot and there's a playground and everything. So yeah, there's a lot of possibilities. A lot of different recreation can be done in this park. But for now, we are going to run some residential streets and try to get to the other side so we can complete a nice loop.
Come on, Bubba. I think this way is better. Let's go this way. This way.
You can see here, yeah, we pretty much are open up to this street. We're doing a little road running, which is kind of nice to, mix things up, and it kind of lets us do some nice looping. You can see I'm about 1.8, almost 2 miles in, and we're wrapping around the back side of the park and going to enter the other side of the canyon closer to the Santa Ana River. So, yeah. Here we are going past some of these townhomes and UPS driver and roads, and you can see it has a nice little view of the more exposed flatland area of the park. We're going to try to go over there. Um, we'll see how that will fare with the rain and everything. But we're waiting for a couple cars to go past. Okay, looks like after this minivan we should be okay. Like I said, the entrances to this park are really subtle. Much like this one. It's just kind of this little corner on this street. You would never have known that there's a little staircase here you can go down to get back into the park. So we'll just go back down here and hopefully Tyson doesn't pull us all the way down.
Well, let's get it going, Ty. Hold on, Bubba. Why would that be the thing to do?
Here we are, we're going through the flatland area, but you'll see because it rained recently, we're running into some obstacles. Let's see what we thought in real time as we approach this.
Here we have Tyson, and if you check it out, our whole way is blocked. That way, the way home, flooded. That way, another way flooded. That way, flooded. So we're gonna have to go back. But Tyson over here saw a squirrel. I thought for sure he was gonna be Mr. Muddy Paw. But yeah, we are trapped, so we have to backtrack. But yeah, this is kind of what it looks like after a rainstorm here. None of this stuff in California is like, none of these biomes are like ready to be inundated by rain. There goes Tyson. What are you doing? Huh? Come here. Yeah. There's a happy bud. Oh my gosh, you're gonna be dirty. Good job, buddy. I love him. Tyson. Good boy. No. He loves violent play, so. All right, we're gonna keep going. Backtrack.
So backtrack we did, and here we are. We're going along another little perimeter with more townhomes, but this is going to get us basically back to the entrance we came to. We're 2.3 miles in. It's only a couple tenths of a mile left until we're in familiar territory. So still, even after 2.3 miles, we haven't really seen the same place twice yet. So pretty good variety in this park. And there's some people who live on a bluff up there. You can see why they call it Canyon Park. You're pretty much it's just a little canyon you can go through. It's really nice.
Hang on, baby.
this is a corridor where, I mean, the houses are literally in Canyon Park. It must be pretty cool to live here. I just love this place so much, but it's a little straight away. It's a long, skinny park, and so there's a. But even for that, I mean, there's a lot of looping capability. Here we are coming up on a hill. We're coming up on the entrance to the park that we came in at. It's pretty steep, not really sloped super conveniently, so it's kind of hard on the feet. I sometimes just elect to walk this, which is what I did. I kind of just elected to walk the entire rest of the way.
Great, buddy.
Tyson was getting tired. I didn't want to, it was a little humid out. I didn't want him to overheat. Not to mention I was pretty tired. I haven't run very consistently for a while. But, and this hill is a lot steeper in person than it appears on camera. But kind of just a little idea of, you know, the difference, all the hills you can find in this park. There's actually a surprising amount of hills. You can find some slope to train on. It's not all flat. Just as a little bonus for you guys, I figured I'd include this, just Tyson going absolutely nuts. He had just the best day ever. I hope you guys enjoyed watching him have fun as much as I did. But okay, he's just a goofy boy, and he loves just going nuts on this grass. If you give him a second here, he might even do it again. And yep, he did it again. He cannot help himself. He just loves this. He had a great day. Drank a lot of water when we got home and was really tired.
Some water? No? Okay, that's fine.
And here's us walking home. We just have to cross the boulevard and we're there. But I wanted to give this quick little shout out to New Day Coffee Shop. It's our local coffee shop. They're great, and it's really fun to get a little coffee after a run. So, yeah, patronize the New Day Coffee Shop.
This way. This way, Ty.
And here we are almost home. I decided to jog a little bit more as part of my little cool down. Us coming up on where we live in the neighborhood. As you can see, we went almost 3 miles, which is pretty good. It took us about 40 minutes. There was a lot of walking during the cool down, but overall we had a great time, and I highly recommend Canyon Park in Costa Mesa, California.